Well, it looks like the powers that be have us begging for frontier intelligence now, like it's Oliver Twist.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Of course, I'm talking about Fable 5 getting pulled offline 2 weeks ago and only now trickling back out to a handful of approved companies. Then yesterday, GPT 5.6 getting the exact same treatment, which means someone else is now deciding what level of AI we're allowed to use. So let's start rebelling against that. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to run AI locally right on your own computer, then how to run beefier models completely free through a service NVIDIA offers, and finally how to tap into every model out there for pennies. By the end, you'll have an AI setup nobody can take away from you, even if the most technical thing you've ever installed is a Chrome extension. So let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right into our first setup, which is running AI locally on your own computer. And to do that, I'm first just going to take a screenshot of my specs. So go about this Mac and this right over to Claude and ask it straight, what's the best open source model I can run on my computer? Nice rig. Claude, please don't talk about my rig like that. Okay, so we have some options here. Qwen 330B, GPT OSS, Llama 3.3. I've heard a lot of good things about Qwen, so we'll try Qwen here in a second. But what I actually wanted Claude to mention was Gemma 4. Gemma 4 is a great little starter model, especially for this demo. It's from Google's family of models, punches way above its weight. It comes in a variety of sizes too. It's actually so small that you could even run it on a phone. So this will be the most realistic for most people, even if you don't have this crazy spec'd out computer. So let's start there, then we'll try Qwen. And to start running locally, all we need to do is head over to Ollama.com. So we'll go over to Ollama, just click download Ollama. I already have it downloaded, but once you've downloaded it, you'll see a screen that looks like this. And we just have right now this launch and this new chat. I'll show you how to use both these features in a second and actually launch it in Claude Code. But first we need to pull a model, and we'll just pull that Gemma 4 model that Claude mentioned. So let's just go to models, search for Gemma 4. I can't remember what Claude said. Which one can I use? Let's see, Gemma 4, 31B at Q4. Okay, yeah, let's just do that one. And so we'll go back to Ollama. We'll just type in Gemma 4. And we'll just click the first one at the top. And then if I scroll down, you can see all the different Gemma 4 models are listed here. So we're looking for 31B. And we'll just click into 31B. Little bonus speed tip too, if you're on a Mac, if you're on an M series Mac, they have this MLX option. And then all we need to do is copy this. And now we just open a terminal window. It is seriously this easy. And we just paste this in. And then so you can see it's pulling this manifest. It's going to pull all of this to our machine. And while it is pulling that, it's time for a portion of this broadcast that I like to call Simmons Rants. Hey, listen, I know open source is nothing new, but lately it's just been a huge wake-up call, especially these past couple weeks, especially yesterday with realizing that GPT 5.6 and probably any future frontier model rollouts are going to first be handed to a privileged few. It may start with these phased rollouts like they did yesterday, like they announced yesterday with GPT 5.6, but the direction here I think is pretty obvious, and depending on where you live, you might have to wait even longer than everyone else, or you might not even get the frontier model at all. This Justin Murphy tweet got me especially fired up and wanting to make this video, where he calls this gatekeeping a declaration of war. That's somewhat hyperbolic, but I love this kind of call to arms here. He says, "This prospect fills me with the most sincere bodily cypherpunk will to power that I've ever felt." And he says, if they really go down this route, I would go all in on building the most psychotic swarms of open source models and fine tunes possible. And this is exactly what DeepSeek did last year. They had this scrappy team using these second-rate chips, and their first model that they built was competing with frontier intelligence at the time. I think that's pretty cool. I think there's a lot of opportunity for scrappy little labs to get in on open source and not relying on this duopoly. Now, we're not all going to go build the next open source lab, I know, but the point of this video is to be your intro to open source. I want to start using it more in my own workflows, and then I want to show you from a non-technical perspective how to use it in yours, so we're not so reliant on just these two companies. Anyway, let's get back to the poll. Let's see the status on Ollama. And in just a couple minutes, it's all done writing the manifest. Now check this out. All we need to do is open Ollama, go to new chat, select the model, and you can see it right here in the model picker. We have Gemma 4 31B MLX. So it is downloaded to our machine. So let's actually chat with it now and say, it takes forever. It thought for 4.6 seconds on how to respond to our message. They're not exactly fast, these open source models, but the point is we now have a model running locally on our machine, completely private, that we own. That's pretty freaking cool. And all we did, just to recap, we went to Ollama, we downloaded the application, we searched before, we just copied this, opened a terminal window, hit enter, and boom. I mean, this is just as easy as using ChatGPT, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool. So this model is especially good at vision because Gemini has for the better vision models. So let's just do one quick test with it. We're not going to get that advanced, but I can just feed it an image and ask it to analyze it. I want you to absolutely destroy this thumbnail here. Just really rip into this person's thumbnail and just drop in this thumbnail here and let Gemma 4 roast me. And you can see it's thinking here. This is classic clickbait territory. Buckle up because this thumbnail is a masterclass in AI hype beast aesthetics. That is pretty freaking cool. In 24 seconds, it looked at this entire image and wrote this freaking roast on this thumbnail. Now, okay, fun little demo. We've got our own little ChatGPT for free running on our computer, completely private, that can mock me all day long, but we are barely scratching the surface because we can also take a free model like this and drop it inside a tool that actually does things for us. Things like reading your files, following processes, even doing some coding. And for that, I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab Qwen3 Coder. This is what Claude mentioned initially as another model option that we can download in Ollama. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to show you how to connect this directly with Claude Code and use this local model directly inside Claude Code. So we'll just go back to Ollama. We'll search for Qwen3 Coder. 30B is what we're looking for. Click in here, copy this, just like we did with Gemma, open a terminal window, hit enter, and it's gonna start pulling the manifest. And while that is pulling, time for one more rant. Most people who've experimented with a local model have probably tried to build something pretty complex with it, like designing UI, trying to build a whole application, and then they put it next to Opus or GPT-5.5 and they go, this is crap, which I agree with. Yeah, it's at hard building, the frontier models will likely be better, but I mean, even that is kind of changing with GLM 5.2. It's pretty darn close. Point being though, unless you're a pure engineer, that's not what most of your day actually looks like. The real constant work is much smaller than that. It's pulling something out of your notes, it's drafting email replies, it's parsing through documents, digging through your own files, stuff like that. So that's where a smaller model, whether you're running it locally on your machine or you're using something beefier through OpenRouter, which we'll talk about in a second, those are where they can come in and you can start to rotate these in. So let me show you a good example of this. Now that our latest Qwen3 Coder is finished building, I believe. Yep, we are all done. We can now go back to Ollama here, and this time we're going to open up in Claude Code. So we're going to go launch. We have this very simple command here that we just need to copy and just paste this into a terminal window, hit enter. And so we have these cloud models that you can pay for, but what we want is the one we just downloaded, Qwen3 Coder 30B. Hit enter and bada boom, opens up right away. So now I'm in the Claude Code harness running Qwen3 Coder. And so we'll just say something like, hey. And it said, hello, I'm Claude. It thinks it's Claude, whatever, not a big deal. So now let's give it an ability to actually do some work. And for this demo, let's actually go to Cursor. I want to open the terminal window in Cursor because I have a folder that I wanted to access files from. So we'll open up Cursor here. I'm going to open this project here, local AI. And I'll talk about the files here in a second, but all we need to do is just open a terminal window in Cursor and do the exact same thing we did to launch in terminal, which is to go to Ollama, just copy this, Ollama launch Claude, select Qwen3 Coder 30B. And for this demo, we are going to give it access to my Obsidian. So it's going to parse through Obsidian. It's going to find relevant things that I ask about it, which is a perfect task like this because we can be very descriptive in instructing this agent on how to do something. And you don't need frontier level intelligence to parse through Obsidian if you give it the right skill. So in our .claude here, we have this Obsidian skill that describes exactly how to call my Obsidian vault. So we have the port here, we have a note saying Obsidian API key is in .env. So when I ask it a question about my Obsidian vault, it will know to call the Obsidian skill. So let's do that now. I'm just going to say, look at my second brain Obsidian vault. I have a bunch of notes on this book called Super Thinking, the Big Book of Mental Models. Can you find just like one relevant note about confirmation bias? Hit enter. It says, I'll help you find a note about confirmation bias from your Obsidian vault. I've successfully loaded the skill. I found several mentions of bias related concepts in your super thinking notes. Let me extract the most relevant information. And boom, just like that, we've got confirmation bias. Related concepts. This is all from my notes that I took in super thinking too. Pretty cool. Found right in my Obsidian. Boom. So that is how to run local models completely for free via Ollama. Pretty darn cool. But if I'm being honest, it's definitely slow because I just don't have that beefy of a machine. So in this case, you really are capped by your hardware. However, I still think you can find a way to slot in easy tasks running models locally, like Gemma 4, like a really lightweight model like Gemma 4. You can find little tasks for an agent to do. Now, what if you could run these mega models too and still pay nothing? Turns out you can, and it's through what NVIDIA calls NVIDIA NIMs. I have a dedicated video on this, which I will link above. But if we just go to build.nvidia.com, we just start grabbing some of these models. So here's all the models that they have. They've got Minimax M3, Minimax's latest model, a ton of their own models, Qwen, Kimi K26, DeepSeek V4 Pro. So through NVIDIA NIMs, NVIDIA will take the best models out there, host them on their own GPUs, and then let you use them completely free. Because ultimately, long-term, they want you to be building on NVIDIA hardware. So it's free, at least for now, on their terms. But for now, we're going to take them up on that. And the whole thing takes a couple minutes to set up. First, you just need to create an account, which I already did. And then once you've created an account, you just go API keys, generate API key. Blurring this out. Just going to say test, delete. You copy the API key, and there's two ways to actually get this running. The first is a free Claude Code harness, because this can't actually be used via Claude Code, unfortunately. So this is a little bit of a hack. This is, I believe, technically against Anthropic's terms of service. So you're treading in some gray area. I don't want to go there. What we can do instead is just use what's called OpenCode. You're probably familiar with OpenCode, but it's super easy to download and get set up. Very similar to Ollama in the setup. So after we copy that command, we'll just open a new terminal window, hit enter. I think I have OpenCode already installed, but let's see. Okay, nope, maybe not. Launch OpenCode, and boom, we've got OpenCode showing up. You can see I've already got Minimax 2.7 from my Minimax demo with NVIDIA. So my NVIDIA API is already connected, but if you haven't connected this yet, just go connect, and then you can enter in API keys here. And you can search through all these different providers. I'm just going to type NVIDIA, hit enter, and then you can just enter in your API key here. And then once your API key is connected, you just go models, and then you can switch models through NVIDIA. So here's a bunch of NVIDIA models. We have Minimax M3. We have V4 Pro. I've been wanting to try V4 Pro. Let's try V4 Pro. Let's go max, huh? It's on NVIDIA's dollar. And I'm just gonna say something like, let's just have this thing code. So let's just say, build me a landing page for an agency. Design should be incredibly creative. Think Bauhaus, big, editorial, typography, etc. Just hit enter and it'll start building. DeepSeek V4 Pro has just been loading nonstop for like 30 minutes. I've heard this model is notoriously slow, plus I think there's a connection issue with NVIDIA. So what I did, I just switched this in OpenCode to Minimax M3, and in 2 minutes, I gave the same prompt. It output this beautiful looking site. Check this out. Look at this. Crazy. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, cool. Oh, look at that. We got a little tracker. This is pretty friggin' sweet. I actually like this color palette. This is a classic agency thing. I don't know why it's hovering over like that, but yeah, this is a classic. What do you call this panel here? This like grid here. Nice big typography. This is really good. Jeez. Wow. Atelier Studio. Classic. All right, there we go. So that is how to access a local model completely for free. Still crazy to me that we can do this. But like I said, this is on NVIDIA's terms. There's a cap. You don't always have the latest models. Plus, you'll run into issues like we did with the V4 Pro example and DeepSeek. So what if you wanted every model out there? You didn't want to run into any limits, anything like that, and you wanted the most up-to-date open source model? Well, for this next demo, we're going to do exactly that with the one tool I use every day. And that, of course, is OpenRouter. OpenRouter you're probably familiar with, but if not, allows you to, with one API key, access pretty much any AI model out there, both open and closed, and you can do that all within Claude Code. Setup again only takes a couple minutes, so let's do that now. If you don't already have an OpenRouter account, sign up for one. Once you do, just click into Workspaces, go to API keys, and click New Key. Just call this test delete. Click create. Once you've got your API key copied, this takes a little bit of setup, but I promise it's relatively easy. So I'm just going to open up Cursor again to show you a folder with the file that you need to drop in the API key. Open up Cursor in the regular IDE here. Open that up. And at the start of your session, you'll just need to create this settings.local.json. I will drop this JSON block in the description below for you to copy and paste. But this is the structure of it. You are simply entering in the Anthropic base URL, which in this case is pointing to OpenRouter, not Anthropic. At this URL here, openrouter.ai/API. The auth token I left blank. This is where you're going to paste in the API key you just copied, and then you can leave everything else just like this. For this demo, we're going to do GLM 5.2, so I just have the name of the model here. Once you copy that, create that .json, just paste in your API key. I'm going to do that now, but of course, just skip this. And once you've got your API key copied in the settings.local.json, you can just open up Claude Code in the harness, and you can see we've got ZAI GLM 5.2 running as the model. Super simple. You can easily just swap out any model too. In this case, I just changed the model name where it said that model name here. I just changed it there to direct to ZAI GLM 5.2, but you can do this with any open model you like or closed model you like and just run it directly in the Claude Code harness. So we've got that running. Let's just say, hey, what model are you? Let's see if it knows if it's a GLM. I'm Claude Code running on GLM 5.2. Boom, baby. We've got GLM 5.2 up and running. And let's give it something. Let's give it something kind of tough. Here's what we'll do. We'll give the same prompt we gave to the Minimax agent so we can compare how M3 looks compared to GLM 5.2, but let's make this a little bit more difficult because I know this model is a bit smarter than M3, at least on the benchmarks. We'll just make it a little bit more complex, and we'll say this as the prompt. Build me a landing page for creative agency, make it incredibly creative. You've got full design freedom, surprise me, use GSAP for the animations, and then we'll see how well it does with Three.js. Single HTML file, make it award-winning. Let's see how it compares to Minimax. All right, let's see what GLM 5.2 came up with. I built Vera, a fictional creative studio, GSAP, scroll trigger animation, Three.js Hero. We'll see how well it does with Three.js Heroes. I'm gonna be picky. Let's see what we got here. Countdown. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. It's not like, I don't know. It's not like Opus. I don't know. Maybe Opus can do a little bit better. Maybe 5.5 does a better job of this. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of trippy. It's kind of cool. I like the countdown. That's a good move. I like this little, whoa, okay, it's moving. This typography is insane. What with that neon green? Same as Minimax. Nice little scrolling here. Oh, founded in Lisbon. Look at that. We are a small team of obsessive designers. Oh, look at that. The same grid, just a dead giveaway. Oh, that's nice though. I'd say better than Minimax. Recent obsessions. Oh, look at this. They even pulled some stock photography. Not that it placed these right, but at least it found the stock photography. That's kind of cool. Even more, look at all of this. Put a little film grain on this, or just found some like grainy kind of creative photos. That's pretty darn good. Oh, look at this scroll. This is a scroll right here. That is sick. Hell yeah. All right. GLM 5.2. Coming at you. I'll definitely give that to GLM 5.2 over Minimax. So there we go. 3 ways to run real AI that nobody, no company, no government can switch off on you. I hope this is helpful. I hope I'm arming the rebels just a little bit because I know we're ultimately at the mercy of these frontier companies. But I really do think we can get scrappy here. We can do things like route between models, find the tasks that open source handles just as well, so we can save a ton of money and just lean on them a little bit less. And honestly, that's kind of how you enact change. It's basically a hunger strike. We're basically Gandhi out here. But for real, these companies do pay attention when you vote with your dollar like that. So that's how things actually move. And all that said, I'm going to be leaning hard into open source from here, doing more demos, more of what I'm figuring out, showing you exactly how you can do the same. So be sure to subscribe, turn on the notification thing, whatever, so you can see those when they come out. And I'll see you in the next one.